The stubborn seed. Perfection never comes, but growth can. On a quiet patch of land at the edge of a forest, beneath a layer of soft, damp soil, two tiny seeds lay side by side. They arrived in this world at the same moment, in the same place, holding the same simple dream: to grow into a sprout and one day reach for the sunlight. As the first drops of early rain soaked into the earth, the first seed gently stirred. It could feel the warmth of the soil, the gentle whisper of life calling it to rise. But then it hesitated. It looked upward through the thin veil of soil and whispered,
"The sky is too cloudy today. The wind feels too strong. The ground is a bit too hard. I'll wait for a more perfect day. When the sky is clear, the sun is soft, the wind is calm. That's when I'll sprout beautifully."
Beside it, the second seed heard those words and simply smiled.
If we wait for everything to be perfect, that moment may never come. We were born to grow. Why not begin now?
The first seed grew anxious.
"But if I sprout now, what if a storm comes? What if the sun burns too hot? What if I'm not strong enough?"
The second seed replied with a gentle firmness.
No one is strong at the beginning. Strength comes from daring to try, from daring to rise. If we never sprout, we will forever remain just seeds.
And with that, the stubborn seed began to crack open its hard shell. It hurt deeply. Its tender young cells pushed upward through rough soil, scraping against tiny stones. But it kept going. The warmth of the sun and the coolness of the rain gave it the courage to rise a little more each day. Meanwhile, the first seed stayed still. It felt sure that waiting was the right choice. Every day it told itself,
"Not today. Maybe tomorrow will be better."
But tomorrow came, and the next tomorrow, and none of them were as perfect as it hoped. Weeks passed. The second seed finally broke through the surface of the soil. It became a tiny green sprout, trembling in the wind, yet filled with pride and wonder. It saw the wide sky for the first time, felt the warm, golden sunlight on its leaves. It was small, but it had started its own journey. Then one afternoon, dark clouds gathered overhead. A fierce storm swept through the forest. Rain pounded the earth. Winds roared like angry waves. The little sprout bent low, shaking violently. Many times it seemed it would be torn from the ground, but its tiny roots had already gripped the soil, and they held on with all their strength. Deep underground, the waiting seed wasn't so fortunate. The heavy rain turned the soil into thick, suffocating mud. The seed was tossed around, crushed under pressure. And in the darkness, it disappeared, without sprouting even once. A life that had never begun was suddenly gone. When the storm finally passed, the stubborn sprout lifted itself. Its leaves were covered in mud, its stem bruised, but it stood tall, alive, strong. It looked toward the place where its friend once lay and felt a quiet sadness. If only that seed had dared to sprout just a little earlier. It might have survived. If only it had faced imperfection, it might have grown, even a small bit. But if can never save a life that only knows how to wait. Years passed. That tiny sprout grew into a tall, magnificent tree. Its roots reached deep. Its trunk stood strong. Its leafy branches spread wide and offered shade to the forest creatures. Birds built their nests, squirrels danced among its branches, and countless little lives found shelter there. No one knew that this great tree was once a fragile seed, not perfect, not strong, but brave enough to begin. Perfection never arrives. The moment you choose to begin, that is the perfect moment. Be like the stubborn seed. Start now, even if you're scared, even if you feel small, even if nothing feels ready. Because one small beginning today can grow into something that changes your entire future.